Out on the campaign trail, the race has really changed since the beginning. You still have 4 candidates in the race going into Florida.
This is a hard fight because there's so much worth fighting for.
3 states, 3 winners. What a great country.
In Florida, can you tell us a little bit about how the demographics are different and what that might mean?
Well, we're moving to a state that's much, much bigger than the first 3, and that's a considerably more diverse, at least the Republican electorate is. Where South Carolina was absolutely a southern state, Florida is mostly southern. In the northern part of the state are more voters who think of themselves as part of the South. But you have South Florida, where there are a lot of recent arrivals, snowbirds from the Northeast. One political consultant I know says that South Florida is more like New Hampshire than like South Carolina. And then you have the I-4 corridor in the middle, where about 40% of the Republican vote is. That'll probably decide the outcome. Another thing is that in this state, there are about 12% that are Latino, most Cuban. And that's a different feature than we've had in any of the Republican contests so far.
You really see the Republican candidates trying to reach out to Latinos in Florida more so than in any other state. Newt Gingrich and Mitt Romney are running radio ads in Spanish. They both have Spanish things on their websites. Newt Gingrich had a Spanish language Twitter feed. Now, at the same time, they're both trying to toe the line with immigration issues. They're both saying they're against the DREAM Act, which Latinos support in general. But the thing with Cuban Americans is that they're more likely to be Republican than Latinos in general.
So that brings us, I guess, to the keys to the race. One of the big questions is whether Newt Gingrich, who succeeded in South Carolina, will be able to replicate that formula in Florida. We've talked a little bit about how Florida is kind of a southern state, but less so than South Carolina. That's one piece of it. One question is going to be, can he replicate advertising? His patron, Sheldon Adelson, who runs the super PAC for Gingrich, is apparently committed to spending another $5 million there. We'll see what impact that has. An open question are whether the debates will have the same impact they did in South Carolina. That's an open question. And finally, there were 2 really important endorsements during South Carolina that benefited Gingrich.
I am suspending my campaign and endorsing Newt Gingrich for President of the United States.
If I had to vote in South Carolina, in order to keep this thing going, I'd vote for Newt.
Will Palin do that again? Will there be other prominent conservative endorsements?
And Mitt Romney has also received some good endorsements in Florida. He received endorsements from 2 current Florida Cuban-American members of Congress and also a former congressman who is Cuban-American. So that might help him get some cred in Florida. He has them in ads. He's, I'm sure, going to have them on the campaign trail with him. So that might help him out among Cuban-American voters.
And it's worth remembering that in 2008, Mitt Romney and John McCain ran almost dead even among white voters, according to the exit poll. It was a very large 20 to 30-point margin that McCain had among Cubans and Latinos that gave him his margin of victory in Florida. So that'll be an interesting piece to watch.